Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another day of school. It is Thursday, and today you guys are going to be studying the Declaration of Independence. It's official, okay? The American colonists are going to declare themselves separate from Great Britain. All right, let's go ahead and look in and see what we're going to be doing. Make this a little bigger so you guys can see it a little better. All right, our agenda for today, make sure you complete your attendance. If you haven't done that yet, stop. Do it right now. Everyone needs to do their attendance, okay? Also, if you're one of the online kids, please stop this video and show up for class, okay? We have scheduled times. If you're in 6th hour, that's 12:35, and you're in 7th hour, that's 1:35. I need to see you there. It's an expectation every day. All right, let's keep open. 2, open those Google Slides. You probably already have that open if you're watching the video. 3, fill out your interactive notebook for today. We'll talk through that in just a second. 4, you're going to write down the definitions of Declaration and Independence in your classwork section of your notebook. There's going to be a timeline analysis. I'll show you and walk you guys through that. There's a short video you guys are going to watch about the Declaration of Independence. You're going to answer the guiding questions. And then there's a little bit of an investigation into the Declaration of Independence that you guys are going to look at the end. Okay? And lastly, do the out, please, in your notebook. All right. Let's go ahead and move forward. So your vocabulary for today are Declaration and Independence. Your learning target. We're going to analyze the Declaration of Independence, determine its justification of colonial separation from Britain in writing. Okay, basically, how does the Declaration justify the colonies separating from Britain? Okay, for your in, what is a declaration? Okay, write a personal declaration for the remainder of the 2020 school year. Okay, so once you figure out what a declaration is, and if you're not sure, you can just look on the next slide. Okay, it's on the next slide. Once you know what it is, write that definition down, and then write a personal declaration for the remainder of the 2020 school year. Okay, that's your in for today. Once again, it'll be either September 17th or 18th, depending on if you're A or B group. But that's it. Yeah, go ahead, get that done, get that notebook done. We'll move on. By the way, I know I'm moving pretty quick. Pause as you need to. So for that notebook section, like pause at the end of it, go ahead and write it down, and then resume this video. Okay. All right. So a declaration is a formal or explicit statement or announcement. Okay. So you're declaring something. You're making a specific statement, and it's a formal one, so it's official. Okay. Next, you have independence. What does independence really mean? Okay, it means you're not under the control of others, and you do not need, not want, but not need the support of others. Okay, so you can operate by yourself, and you're not being controlled by other people. All right, I think this is an excellent depiction of this. This picture shows like a puppet being cut away from the strings of someone moving it. Okay. All right, our timeline analysis. By the way, pause. Okay, write these definitions down. After you've finished writing them down, you can go ahead and resume the video. Our timeline analysis. Okay, so some pretty simple questions here. I'll try to move myself as much out of the way as I can. There you go. Sorry, I won't be able to see my face for a second. Okay, you've got, I think it's 5 questions. Okay, so that first question, how many years after the Treaty of Paris is the Declaration of Independence signed? Okay, so you'll look on this timeline, you'll find, oh, there's Treaty of Paris. Okay, that was in 1763. Then you're going to have to read through these and find Declaration of Independence. Oh, look, here it is, July 4th of 1776. So how many years from 1763 to 1776? That'll be your answer for number 1. Okay, and so forth. Number 2, what was the first battle of the war? When was it? Number 3, what happened earlier? This is kind of you decide, A or B. Did the Declaration of Independence get signed first, or was the first battle of the war before the Declaration was signed? Okay, you can just write down in your notebook A or B. You tell me which one it is. Number 4, what was Thomas Paine's national bestseller called? Okay, Thomas Paine wrote a book. What was that book called? And then, why was that book so important? What do you guys think based on what you're reading in the timeline? And lastly, number 5, When was the Declaration of Independence signed? When was it signed? Okay, and what did it declare? You guys better get this one. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. All right, go ahead and pause the video, answer all those questions in the classwork section of your notebook. Once you're done with that, go ahead and resume. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you guys succeeded at a timeline analysis. I'm sure you guys nailed it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, next we're going to look at the video. Okay, Introduction to the Declaration of Independence. All right, so what you need to do here, okay, is you need to be thinking about this guiding question while you watch. Why is the Declaration of Independence significant? Why is it so important? Okay, after you do that, go ahead and watch the video, and then you need to answer that question in your notebook. Now, I've gone ahead and provided an answer stem if you need one. Okay, so when you're done for your answer, you should start your question or your answer with the Declaration of Independence is significant because, and then tell me why. Okay, I hope that helps some of you that were a little confused. Otherwise, you guys are killing it. Next. All right, so our investigation. I'll walk through the instructions here, and then I'll show you guys the document you have in Google Classroom. Okay, I'm going to move myself out of the way. There we go. All right, so first you'll need to open the Declaration of Independence investigation document that's attached in today's Google Classroom assignment. I created a copy for each of you, so it'll probably be up in that top right corner for you, okay? Then, once you've got it open, you'll need to read the sections section by section. There's only two, so it shouldn't be very difficult. Okay, so first you'll read the preamble section of the document. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. And then you'll answer the analysis questions in complete sentences. I really do want you guys to be writing in complete sentences today, so please do that. Okay, after you've done that section, the preamble section, you'll read the belief section of the document and answer the analysis questions in complete sentences. Once you guys have got that done, it's only two sections of analysis. Okay, answer the reflection/out question at the end of the document. Once you've completed your investigation, Once you've completed your investigation, turn in the document on Google Classroom, and you're done for the day. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that document. All right, let's take a look at this. So your directions are to read the preamble and belief sections below and answer the accompanying analysis questions. Make sure you answer the questions after reading the corresponding section. All answers must be written in complete sentences. Lastly, highlight where in the text you found the answer for each question. Okay? I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's read through the preamble. Pull my face back over. The preamble. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Okay, that is a long sentence. It's got a lot of fancy words in it. That's okay. We'll take our time with it. Okay. Okay, so you guys need to read through and see and try to identify what is the goal? What is the point? Why are the writers, what are they trying to tell me is their goal? Okay. Second, why do you think they're writing this document? And third, go ahead and make a prediction of what you guys will think comes next in the document. Okay, after the preamble, what do you guys think is going to come? All right. Okay, so let's read through it. Blah, 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 blah. So your guys' first question, why are they writing this document? What is the point or purpose of this? Okay, so go ahead, look over it. Okay, try to find why are they writing this. And then second, based on Why are they writing this? Okay, what do you think is going to come next? They've told you why they're writing it. What do you think they'll include next? It's a prediction. There's not really a right or wrong here. Okay, just tell me what you think they're going to say next, okay? All right, let's take a look at this first one. All right, so we know, okay, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands, okay, so they're dissolving something political, which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitled them. That's a lot of fancy language in there. Let's keep moving. A decent respect to the opinions mankind requires. Ooh, requires is an interesting word. Okay, so they've said that there's a lot of things that have happened. The dissolving of political bands, okay, we'll call that political connections, is requiring they declare the causes which impel or force them to the separation. Okay, so why are they writing this? Well, it's become necessary for them to separate politically from Britain. Okay, and they're going to declare the causes that have forced them to do so. Okay, so you can go ahead and type that answer in here. Okay, and after you do that, go back up and highlight in green where specifically you found that answer. Okay, you should have been able to hear me talking about it, so that should help you know what to highlight. Okay, and then make a prediction of what will come next in the document. You guys actually don't need to highlight for that because you're making a prediction. Okay, all right, the next section is the belief section. I'll read through it in just a second. Okay, the questions we're looking for as we read are: what rights are the writers claiming that they have? Okay, what rights do they say they have? And also, according to this paragraph, what is the purpose of a government? What is the government's job, basically? Okay? All right, let's go ahead and read through this section. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, delivering their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government. Pardon me. Laying down its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to they shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. Okay, there's a lot of fancy language in there, but I love this one so much. There's so many good things in there. Okay, so you guys need to analyze. First, what are the rights? Okay, that one's pretty straightforward, and you'll highlight in yellow where you found those. Okay, 2, what is the purpose of government according to what you just read? Okay, what is the goal and point of having a government based on what you just read? Okay, I'm not going to give this one to you guys. You should be able to find it. And when you find that one, make sure you highlight green in the text where you found it. Okay? Lastly, I know there's lots of big words in here. Sorry, that noise is the dog playing with its toy. There's lots of big words in here. You guys have this awesome tool called Google. Use it. Okay, like I know unalienable is a big word. Let me show you a tip. You can right click and go define, and it'll pull up a definition right here. Now, if that definition isn't any good, which this one's not, okay, all right, it's another term for inalienable. Fine. We'll copy it. We'll go to Google, paste definition. Okay, there we go. Unable to be taken away from or given away. Makes it a lot clearer. Okay, so please use and make sure you find a good definition, but use Google and find stuff with it. That's an excellent skill to have in today's world. All right. Okay, so that's the assignment. Once you're done with that, you can close out. And I believe I need to adjust the questions. Okay. You will be doing your out at the end of the slides. It's not in the document. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Lastly, you're out for today. So according to the Declaration of Independence, what is the colonists' justification for separating from Britain? Why do they feel justified in leaving Britain politically? Okay, that's all from me today. Sorry it's a little longer. This one's so important though. I love this stuff. I hope you guys get into it. Please let me know, or Mr. Hallwegger know, if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and as always, thank you for listening.